All right, looks like we're live. So, Gary, thanks for joining us, man, and everyone that's going to be watching here on the Facebook Live, or if you're going to join the Zoom. We are going to talk about a very specific thing today, which is going to be quick and easy implementation of the Engagement Widget. So, getting you from starting an account to getting the widget on your website and getting some benefit from it immediately with a few easy steps. All right, so how we're going to do that today is we're going to help you, or just to preface this to make sure you know, at the end of that training, we'll open up for Q&A. We'll help you guys out individually for a little while. We got about 2 hours on this call. So, you know, it's open to whoever needs help at that point after the training, and then we kind of take it from there. So you guys can spitball ideas, kind of feed off each other. I know I had 2 people on the call earlier that were asking each other questions, and I kind of just stepped back and let one person ask the other customer questions. So we'll take it from there. And if you guys have any questions before that, if you don't want to forget, just add them to the chat and then we'll get to them later. So the first thing we're going to do is jump in the ChatHQ portal. There's Dwayne. All right. So jump in the ChatHQ portal and start a brand new widget from scratch. So let me pull up the portal. I'll share my screen and we'll rock and roll. Portal here. Portal. I'm on the ChatHQ website widget, but the first thing you want to do, first of all, make sure you're in the engagement section. If you have the free account, you're already going to have your widget. If you have another account and you want to just follow along with us, different account, different paid plan, you can go ahead and click this plus button to add a new widget. You're going to see a screen like this. You're going to see that the widget is disabled, so we're going to go ahead and enable it there, and you'll see the preview. So let's go ahead and click save, make sure that's enabled and saved. Now, the first thing we want to do when we're setting up our widget is we want to add some branding, so some colors, a logo, probably about 3 minutes, and you'll be good to go. So let's just pick a random color. Let's go with teal. And the secondary color, let's just go with something simple with white. And then we're going to go look for a logo. I guess this is a customer logo that I had from something I was doing earlier, so let's add that there. All right, so let's go ahead and click on save. Got our branding, got our logo, got our colors. The second thing, I have custom branding here set up. So you're going to see powered by ChatHQ here. We're going to want to click on remove branding if you want this to be white labeled or unbranded. If you want to be white labeled, you have to be on a paid plan, in which then you'll have custom branding and you can set up a logo and all kinds of other stuff. So I'm just going to remove branding for now, keep it simple, and we're going to save that. So now our widget looks like this. We got custom color, custom logo. We haven't changed any of the text yet, and we have no conversion tools. So the goal here is to set up a simple widget with 3 basic conversion tools and maybe a targeted prompt or something like that, pop up, to get it on your website and get you results fast. So we're going to jump over to conversion tools and we're going to click this button here that says add tool. You're going to see a whole bunch of different tools here. The ones we're going to focus on today, we're going to focus on forms and surveys. We're going to focus on web chat, and we're going to focus on, where's the other one I wanted to do? Reviews right here. All right. So the first one we're going to do is for a request a callback form. All right. So we're going to click on add forms and surveys. And by the way, sorry, my screen is very wide view. So
What's up with that?
The widget looks really tall. Yeah, so I can mess with that. I can change that here. One sec. Why is this not? One second. There we go. Display. That's that new Apple. Oh, wait. Oh, is that changing the wrong one? Yeah, Studio Display. There we go. It's a little bit more zoomed in there. All right. So, there's the Fathom widget. All right. So we got forms and surveys. All right. The next one we're going to add, and we're going to set all these up individually. Next one we're going to add is web chat. And you'll notice that the widget changes its format because we have multiple conversion tools here. And then we're going to add reviews. All right. So the forms and surveys one is going to be a request to callback button. So we're going to say request a call from our team, something like that, right? Whatever, we'll make everything capital case. We're going to name the panel title the same. So just follow along with me and I'll explain as we go. The title at the top here is the main widget view title. So it changes the format of the button here. The panel title is the tool title. So you can add different text here and it'll change the text at the top of the tool. Okay, so you can add different text. But we're going to keep it the same to keep things simple. So now location, let's go ahead and just pick ChatHQ. For you, it would be your internal location in your HighLevel. So for your business, you would have a request to callback button, or I'm sorry, form or survey, and you would choose your location. Choose whether it's a form or survey. So however you built that request to callback form. I believe Extendly has one. Is it a form, Serge, or is it a survey?
I think it's a form.
A form?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So, oh, that's okay. So we got forms. And I don't have that one here, but I'm just going to pull one in here that's, you know, I mean, I could probably go create one pretty quickly, but let's just say a new support ticket. Now let's do something a little bit more in line with that.
Contact form over there.
Which one? Contact
form.
Yeah. I don't know which ones are. Yeah, sure. There we go. That one looks kind of like the Extendly one. All right, so we'll leave that. And then we're going to change the icon to a phone. You can either have the phone with the volume coming out of it or without. So just do that one. If you ever want to see what the widget looks like in different views, you can also switch back and forth here. So as you can see, when I change that icon, the icon changes here. Let me go and apply changes. All right, so we got our first tool built. Quick and easy, right? And obviously you have to make sure you have that request to callback form in your HighLevel. If you have the Extendly snapshot, one of their snapshots has that in it. I think they give it to all their customers. So you should have that if you're an Extendly customer. If not, you would just need, it would be a separate training. You need to set up a form and a workflow for, connecting that call to your team. The second tool we're going to talk about is the web chat tool. So this tool is a one-to-one replacement for HighLevel's chat widget. So everything that HighLevel's chat widget is all encompassed into this one tool, which is called web chat. So everything that you add here, right? You have like all of your messaging. Let's show you what this looks like. Let's connect to ChatHQ. So you have all of your text and forms and all that stuff. Once they fill this out and send this message, it's going to go into your HighLevel account the same way that the HighLevel chat widget would. It's going to go into conversations. If they're not a contact, it's going to create a contact. If they already are a contact, it's going to connect this to their contact record. If it's also going to trigger workflows, if you have any workflows that trigger from web chat submissions, and it's going to go into the contacts activity bar. So in the activity bar on the right, it's going to say like web chat form submitted. Okay. So with that being said, let's set this up. Let's say text our, let's say want to text with our team or something like that, like text our team here. I text our expert team. Or text us your questions, maybe. I don't know. I haven't really figured out what the naming would be or like the titles and stuff would be. So we'll just keep it simple. Text our expert team. Now, one thing you can do with this web chat tool, guys, is you can add multiple locations. So let's say I have a franchise location or something like that. I can add all these different locations and you'll see them pop up here where that will be the first thing anyone that clicks on this will see. They have to choose a location and then they will see the web chat form. That's only really if you have like a franchise customer, or you have multiple local locations or regional or national locations. All right, so now we're not going to show the address at the top because we're not a local business. We have all of the text here that you can adjust. We're going to keep it the same for now, just keep it simple. And then we're going to show the email field. So we're going to collect the emails as well. So name, phone number, email, and message. And then that's it. We have the icon here that's pretty much already like a text or chat icon. And we're going to save that. So now if you go back, you're going to see we have requests to call from our team, text our expert team. There's a lot of redundancy there. So maybe we can adjust the text there to make it a little bit more user friendly, right? But you get the idea, right? We have two tools here, quick and easy, and they're going to get you a lot of leads that way, right? The next thing we have reviews. So this pulls from HighLevel. So you're going to select a HighLevel location. Any reviews that exist in that HighLevel location, whether Facebook or Google, they're going to get pulled into the widget. So I'm going to go ahead and select ChatHQ again, and you can see we have all these different reviews. All right. So let's add some text. We'll say, let me show you what this looks like as I change this. We'll say, read customer reviews. We're going to do the same thing here. So that changes the text here. We go over the tool view, and we're going to change the text at the top here. Read customer reviews, and we're actually going to add the word below. Right? So we added that there. Does not show up on the front. All right, so now we can choose the minimum star rating to show here. So we can say minimum of 5 stars. We can change the color of the stars. So let's go with something like yellow or gold. A little bit brighter, something like that. Okay, now we got some gold stars. Actually, let's go a little bit brighter. There we go. And we can change some other things around, right? We can do some like custom colors for the user icons. Here's a cool feature though that is very important for also collecting reviews. So this widget's going to be for getting callbacks, right? Collecting information for requesting callbacks, getting people to message in for text messaging on your HighLevel platform, and showing off reviews and collecting reviews. So if you see here, we got request reviews. We're going to click that button. Now there's really easy ways to get both of these Google Places ID and Facebook page information. I'm going to go ahead and pause my screen so I can, 1 second, I'll pause my screen so I can go grab that information. I'll show you where that's at. I just don't want to expose anything here. Okay. Now with the Google Places ID, it can be a little challenging getting this ID. So what we've figured out is in HighLevel, if you go to your settings in a location and you go to reputation management, when you click on generate link, the link is going to give you this like slug or URL parameter at the end. It's going to say place ID equals, and then you have this little jumble of letters and numbers, right? So you're going to copy that, go back to the portal, you're going to enter that in here. And then if I click the write a review and I click on leave a Google review, I open that in a new tab, you're going to notice it goes right to the like leave a review option, just like HighLevel does. Like that's the exact process it takes. So that little snippet takes you right to that like leave a review box. All right, same thing with Facebook, except let me pause this, go over to Facebook. The only difference with Facebook is it's like leave a review. It's kind of weird the way that Facebook
Yeah,
pages.
so
But
with Facebook, there's no dedicated page that you can link people to. It just sends them to the page, and there's like a panel there that they can leave a review on. That's a meta thing. I wish they would have a dedicated page that we could send people in and have them be focused on, hey, this is the call to action for you is leave a review here. But Meta doesn't give us that. So
Right.
yeah, we're making do.
Yeah. So here's where you would get that. You would get the name right here at the top and the URL, and you would bring that back here and paste that here. And then if I click on leave a Facebook review, it actually does take you to that tab, but it doesn't open up like a box to leave a
Right.
review. Like you still have to like physically leave the review, right? But once they click that link, leave a Facebook review, it'll take them to that page. All right, so now let's change this to a star. So we got the star, and let's show you what that looks like here. So we got the star, read customer reviews, apply changes, and within, I don't know what, 10 minutes or so, I was able to set up a widget for my website that gets callback requests, gets people to text my team, and shows them customer reviews, right? And also collects reviews. So this right here can be added to your website, and actually I'll show you how to do that on a high-level funnel in a minute, and get immediate results, right? You're going to get callback requests, texts from new leads and customers, and you're going to get people reading reviews, building that social proof, and also collecting reviews from potential customers, right? All right, so let's show you how to get this on a
Hey,
website.
look, Gary got to his computer. What's up,
Hey,
man?
what's up, Gary?
Andrew, can you make me a host as well, just in case we got people joining in? You can focus on that, and I can man
Yeah, I don't, it says make host, but I don't know if I can do co-host.
Yeah, it's oh
Yeah,
okay.
that's Facebook Live stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah. That, it's all good. I'm watching the participants here. So we got
Okay, cool.
Gary and Dwayne in here right now, and then I'm not really watching Facebook to see if anyone's watching there, but
Okay, I'll watch Facebook then.
cool. Yeah, let me know if there's any questions in Facebook, just put them in the
Yeah.
chat here, and then when we get to Q&A, we can do that.
Yep.
All right, so to install this on the site, every site's slightly different. So we're going to focus on high-level widgets, or I'm sorry, high-level funnels and websites for now. So we're going to go to widget settings. We're going to go down to the bottom tab. These are like accordion tabs. You know, like I open one, the other one closes. So go down the bottom where it says install. We're going to keep this at website and funnel because this is internal to high level, and it's website and funnel. And take this script here. We're going to copy that script. We're going to navigate over to high level. We're going to go to sites. And funnels and websites are both pretty much the same. They're like the implementation of funnels and websites are different for us, for high level, whatever. But in terms of installing the widget, they are very similar. So we're just going to use a funnel for now. And I'll show you how to install it on either the entire funnel or individual pages on the funnel. So we're going to go to example pages and builds. And as you can see, I have a bunch of dummy pages here. I'm going to go to settings. Now to install this on the entire funnel, so all of the funnel pages, I'm going to take that installation code and I'm going to put it right here where it says body tracking code. I'm going to paste that. I'm going to make sure that chat widget, this is the high level chat widget, I'm going to make sure that is disabled. I'm going to go ahead and save. Now, I already have a widget on this page. So the first thing, and I'll show you guys, I'm kind of jumping around here, but I need to get rid of this widget to make sure the other one services. So I'm going to open this page up and just get rid of that really quick. And then I'll go back and show you kind of what I was doing. But I'm going to get rid of this and save this. And then I will show you how this looks on the website or on the funnel. All right, so we have our widget here in the bottom right corner. If I open it up, I have request a call from our team, text our expert team, or read customer reviews. So I click this, it opens up the form. I click on this, this is the web chat. And if I click on this, we have customer reviews. So, it's really that simple, guys. I mean, I set it up in what, 15 minutes, set up the entire thing. You can get pretty complex with this and do all kinds of really fun stuff. But at the end of the day, getting this set up and getting it working is the end goal, right? Getting leads coming in, optimizing from the original chat widget that HighLevel offers, which is not very good, and giving your customers more content or more to consume and giving them more opportunities to reach out to you, like requesting a callback or texting. All right, so let me show you how to install this on a individual funnel page really quick. The one I basically just got rid of. So first of all, we're going to go back. We're going to get rid of the script from the funnel, the entire funnel. So we're going to take this. We're just going to cut that out. So I just used Control X to do that. We're going to save. I'm going to go back into my funnel page here. I'm going to refresh. Now you're going to look for a button in the top left with these little brackets and says tracking code. So you click on that. You want the footer tracking. So whenever you're installing the widget, the engagement widget anywhere, it's either body or footer. Never install it in the header. And Sergio can probably tell you guys some more technical things about why, but if you remember one thing, it's never install it in the header. So we're gonna add that here in the footer. We're gonna make sure we save and
I'm sorry. I was trying to be witty and I was muted.
You were
The
muted?
short, yeah, I was muted. The short is we don't want the widget to get in the way of people experiencing your website. So the widget is designed to be loaded in the background, kind of. So by putting it in the footer, it makes sure that it gets to load, but it doesn't get in the way of people loading the website first.
Right. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So it's not going to affect your SEO essentially, right? It's not going to affect the load speeds. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So now we just to show you guys what we did again. We removed it from the settings, so it's no longer funnel wide. We added it specifically to this page, and if I refresh, it should still be there. There it is. Now, if I go to a different funnel page, so let's go back to steps. Let's click here. Let's open up this very old funnel page. As you can see, no widget, right? There's no widget in the bottom right because we installed it directly on this page. So for WordPress and other site builders and things like that, it's going to be slightly different. But the concept is the same, right? You're either installing it site-wide in the body or in the footer, or page specific in the body or on the footer. So you need like custom code areas where you can add the JavaScript. Awesome. So again, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and throw them in the chats. I'm blazing through this. I'm almost done actually, so we can kind of talk about individual use cases.
Yeah, a couple of things. One, Helen on Facebook says yes and 3 exclamation points. I'm trying to get her to post a question there. If she does, I'm gonna bridge it over here.
Awesome.
But the other one.
Anyways, so let's get to pop-ups. So the idea behind pop-ups, if I go into ChatHQ's website here, let's reload. So the idea behind the pop-ups is to bring what's in the widget out of the widget, because maybe people just don't go and click on this button. So we want to give them a way to give you a way to surface all of that information and surface the call to action in front of your customer or prospect so that they take action, right? So if I start scrolling down, you're going to see some pop-ups show up on this page, right? So the first one here, we have a video, we have some rich text, and we have a call to action, watch video testimonial. So they can watch this video, right? They can click on this video, or they can, what we really want them to do is click here. That's the call to action that was designed in that pop-up, right? So now they're in this list and they're reading all these different customer reviews and they're getting all the social proof that they need to take action, right? We want to convert that person into a customer using all those amazing testimonials. So that was the first pop-up. The second one, you're going to see a banner on the bottom of the screen show up. So as I scroll down, these are scrolling based pop-ups, so based on where they're at on the screen. I think this one was like 25% down or 50% down or something like that. So this one was just, hey, you still have any product questions? Click here to text our team. So we go and click that. It opens up the widget and it opens up that web chat widget that we set up. So this is our ChatHQ website, right? We're going to show you how to set up some pop-ups for yourself. But just to give you an idea of what these do and the power of like how when you implement them, the power you're going to get and the benefits you're going to get. So this opened up that web chat widget, so they can text you, they can ask questions, or anything like that. And as we scroll down, we got another one here. Right here, it's a center pop-up. This one has a video, and I'm trying to get them to really pay attention. So like, hey, did you know that you can white label and resell ChatHQ? So if they're at this point in the page, maybe there's some friction or some things that they aren't clear on. So we're saying, hey, we want to let you know you can white label resell this stuff. So they can watch this video and they can click on this link, which is just the text link, and it goes to another page in our website, which also has its own pop-ups and so on and so forth, right? Like the experience that you're creating on your websites and funnels is engagement that leads to conversion, right? So you're engaging, multiple touch points, different positioning things, different, media and text and calls to action to get them to eventually convert. So if we go back to our portal, we have our widget here that we just built. If we go into targeted prompts, this is where we're going to create those pop-ups. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull some things out of the settings so you guys can see what we're working with to start before I go through like the itemized sequence of each thing. So obviously we want to make sure it's enabled. We're going to turn on display settings. We're going to turn on sound notifications, cover media, instruction text, and conversion tools. All right. So now, if you notice, we have a little like icon or like a card here that's kind of like warning them, or prompting them to click to enable audio. And we have the conversion tools that we put into our widget, right? These are all 3 conversion tools we put inside of our widget. That's not how we want to build this pop-up. We don't want all of the conversion tools in this pop-up. Whenever you build pop-ups, it's with a specific goal or a specific action in mind. So for example, if I have these 3 tools, maybe this pop-up is going to be specifically around requesting a callback from my team. All right. So what I'm going to do is maybe I rename this. I go request callback home screen, homepage. All right. So now this pop-up is specifically about that. So now that we have our goal in mind, we're going to go add some video or add some text and things like that to really draw that person in. All right. So we have a section here that's cover media, and we give you the ability to add an image or video. And if you choose video, it is Loom, Vimeo, or YouTube. If you choose an image, today it's just a URL that you pull from. You can add an image to like the HighLevel database and get the URL from that image. Actually, let's do that together. So let's go in here. Let's go to media library. Media library. And let's grab this fun one that I keep using over and over again. All right, so you can add GIFs to this, I believe. Yep, so there's our GIF. Now, if you don't like this little pop-up thing or this little button here, you can actually get rid of that. So not to jump from thing to thing, but this would be for your sound notifications. You'll see a little thing here that says a little option here that says browser audio permission. I like to turn that off. Essentially what that is if they haven't clicked on the screen at all, the sound from that sound notification isn't going to like show. It's not going to play, right? So essentially we're telling them like, hey, if you want to click here to enable audio, go ahead. But I like to, keep those off just to keep things simple and clean.
Yeah. And to be clear, anybody who's wondering, that's just a visual cue. Even if you turn that notification off, the minute they click on the page, anywhere on the page, then audio will play. That's just a video, a browser thing where if you autoplay audio or video that has audio, the browser will not let it play the audio on autoplay before the user has interacted with the page.
Yeah, a good example is like when you go to a lot of those like news pages and stuff, the majority of them either A, don't have like a video or a pop-up unless you click something. And then after you click something, then they'll start showing things because they can automatically trigger audio. Or they'll show you like a video and that the audio button will have a mute icon on it. So you have to click the audio button to obviously play the audio, right? All right, so we got our GIF here. We have our introduction text. There's two ways you can do this introduction text. The first way is you can add a title here. Let's say, all right, we're requesting a callback. So let's say, would you like to speak directly to a team member? Now, if you notice, there's a specific size and format that this title is in, okay? So something that I do personally when I build widgets is I don't add that in the title. I actually take that out and I put it here in the rich text editor, because from here, I can control whether it's like a heading or like, you know, if it's bold or italicized or underlined or what size I want that to be, right? So most of the time I go like this, I go to normal, I change it to like 20, and then I bold it. Now you can see the difference in that title. It's not for everyone, right? Like sometimes you want it to be uniform and just bold. So you'll see, let me show you the difference between the two. See that? It's a very big difference between the two, right? So we'll keep it simple today, but that's how I kind of customize my pop-ups when I start to build them. All right, so let's say, let's put some text in here. Okay, so looks like it's still pulling the size. That's what it is. Still pulling the size. Let's go back to 16. I think it was 14 maybe. Yeah, it's gone to 14. There we go. All right, so if you'd like to, I don't know, like to speak to our team and discuss your options, you can request a callback by clicking the button below. All right, so now we're prompting them to click on this button, right? So they don't even have to open the widget to open the widget. The pop-up prompts them to click this button, which opens the widget. Okay, and we're going to show you this all live on the page and everything. Now, again, we have just this one tool. Some pop-ups may need two, some pop-ups may need three. I generally keep one tool per pop-up, but you can customize those how you see fit. Now, you'll notice we can't save this yet. And the reason is because we don't have any display settings set. So, you know, when you're building these, you most likely already have a page in mind that you're going to be adding it to. You already have a goal in mind, or if not, you have to create a goal for this pop-up. And I skipped that part of this because I wanted to show you what the pop-up would look like. All right, so we are going to have to create a display segment. All right, so when you click on that, you're going to get this little drop down. You're going to have to add a condition. We have filtering options. All right, so the most popular filtering option is URL contains. So anything that, any URL that has like a slug makes it a unique URL. So you can go over here and just grab the end of that URL, that slug, pull it over here, and voila. So now this pop-up should show up on that page. If it's the home screen, the little tip or trick I do is I go to URL ends with, and I use whatever, you know, what that .com, .io, .net, whatever it is, and I put a slash so that any of the other pages on the website don't show the pop-up, because none of the other pages are going to end with .com/, right? That's only the home page. Because sometimes if you go to if you do exact match or something like that, there's maybe some issues if there's no www or something, right?
Or if you're sending UTM parameters to it, it's not going to match exactly as well.
Exactly.
That's a great way to still have it work with campaigns and you're sending traffic from other.
Yeah, exactly, paid campaigns like Facebook
Mhm.
and Google Ads. Now you can add more segments to this, right? Or you can add more like filters. So you can do and or. All right, so you can say contains home and something or we're obviously not going to do that here. We're just going to keep it simple. And we're going to go down. So now just to reference everything, we have our display settings, our sound notification, and you can like test the sound notifications here. We have cover media, we have introduction text, we have our tool, and now we have some other triggering and filtering options that we're going to be adding here. Now we have a prompt trigger. So this is what actually initiates the pop-up. So we have 4 trigger options. We have immediate, scroll, after scrolling, after time, and when an element on the screen appears. To keep it really simple, I'm going to do after time, and I'm going to do 3 seconds. Okay. We are going to be expanding on these. If you want some more in-depth training on all this stuff, we'd be more than happy to help you out. There's probably videos you can find online, or you can schedule a call with us or join another success call or something like that. We can, even at the end of this call, we can talk about all those, right? But we're going to add after time for this one. Now we need to specify whether it's going to be all visitors, new visitors, or repeat visitors. Sorry. So we're going to say all visitors. And we're going to keep office hours visibility always. That's something more advanced, not in this training. Device visibility always. And we're not going to create any folders or anything. We're just going to say default prompt folder. All right. So now we have our pop-up, right? We're going to save this. And don't mind this button still being there. That's something we just have to fix. The pop-up is saved. But the one thing I did not talk about is the format. All right. So this generally is something you want to start with, but I wanted you guys to visualize this pop-up first. Okay. So we have 4 different formats. We have message popover, center modal, top banner, and bottom banner. Now, if you build this widget first and then choose the format like I did, you can run into issues if you change to top banner or bottom banner, because those don't allow you to have an image or a video or rich text. It's just one line of text and one tool, right? So for example, and I'm not going to save this, but if I take this pop-up and I change it to top banner, you'll notice everything changes. Like we have to go back and we have to change the settings. We have to adjust this and change this, right? So we're going to cancel that. We're going to go back. We're going to go back in and we'll have our pop-up here. If I go to center modal, we can retain the same settings here. So we can change from message popover to centered modal, and everything stays the same, but this just shows up in the center of the screen. See our pop-up, right? And if I click on request a call from our team, it opens directly to the request a callback form. So that's basically the simplest way to start with smart pop-ups, targeted prompts, and just get people clicking on that immediately. Okay. Now you can get pretty advanced here. You can start building pop-ups for all kinds of different things, right? Oh, there's that pop-up again. So let me go back. If you duplicate this, you can duplicate that, change the format. Maybe it's a message popover. You can change the triggering. So you say like after scrolling percentage. Now we have 25% scroll. If I save that, go back to the website, we're going to see a 3-second pop-up in the center. And then if I close that out and I start scrolling 25% way down, we're going to see a pop-up right over the widget, right? So there's a lot of different ways you could build these, kind of like we have on our website. It's a good example is like on the pages that you could be triggering different pop-ups based on scrolling, based on time, all kinds of fun stuff. So this is however you feel like you need to build this to initiate as much engagement from your prospects as possible to get them to close and